Okay, so my story is kind of similar in the sense that I grew up in a Christian home. My parents have always gone to church, still do. I went to a Christian school. I went to Meadow Creek Christian School. Now it's called Legacy. And even when I was in elementary school and in middle school, I started going to youth ministry. So I've been around the church for a long time. The problem is that my life didn't reflect that at all. I had really no interest in God in any way until about ninth grade. So 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I was in the youth group, kind of like you guys are, playing the part, going to church, doing what I did, but I had zero interest in God, zero interest in anything that had to do with the Bible or anything like that. I was there to have fun with my buddies and to maybe pick up some chicks, which I did, by the way, freshman year. Anyway, that's a long story. But about ninth grade, I was 15 years old. I went on my very first church retreat. So that's why Crystal and I love retreats so much. Is because that's where God really worked in both of our lives. So 15 years old, freshman year of high school, I go on this weekend retreat. I couldn't tell you what the topic was, couldn't tell you what Bible verses were studied. I don't know. But I do know that God changed my heart that weekend, and I've never been the same since. For some reason, I was convicted about sin, and I wanted to change, and I didn't want to be a hypocrite anymore. And that was where I really felt like I came into a relationship with Christ at 15 years old. And that whole summer was a summer of growing and getting involved in the church and youth ministry at a whole nother level. And I went back to school in my 10th grade year, and people were literally like, what happened to Mark? What happened to the old Mark that we used to know? What our friend is gone that we used to know? And we even have a good friend of ours right now that would say that just because of the changes that happened in my life, were the reasons that helped her to believe in God during those high school years, because she'd never seen anything happen like that, what happened in my life. So it was pretty drastic, but everything changed for me going into the rest of high school when I had a real relationship with God, and I started to get really involved in the youth ministry, serving, doing worship, all sorts of things like that. And when it came to pick a college and what I was going to do with my life, I wanted nothing to do with anything except for to help people, and students in particular, come into a relationship with Christ. It's what I've always wanted to do, is to help students go through what I went through, and to come into a relationship with God, and to get involved, and to not just go through the motions anymore, but to really know Him. So that's why we love youth ministry so much. Crystal and I have done youth ministry for the last 5 years up in Cambridge. So we just transitioned a few months ago down here, but we're really excited for what God is going to do at Connections in this youth ministry. So to end with, you've heard our stories, you've heard what God has done in our lives, and we just kind of wanted to share a few dreams that we might have for this youth ministry, and to help you guys to start dreaming a little bit of what God could do in the house that you're in your school or whatever. So let's talk about a few dreams. What dreams do you have for this youth group?
I have a dream that all of you guys would be really close and be good friends, and really look forward to coming to Wednesday nights, and that you'd grow so much in your walk with God and feel like the home that you're in is such a fun and welcoming place that you'd want to bring your friends to, and that you would get excited about people in your schools that maybe don't go to church or don't know Jesus, and that their homes would just like explode. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be fun.
I'm really excited about this because I've never done youth ministry in a house before. I've always had like a building. So that the fact that you're in a home and we're doing this on video is really different, but I'm really excited for what God is going to do through this, because I believe that in a home where you get to know the host family and you get to know your leaders, there's a different level of relationship that can happen. So that's what I'm very excited about. We have some amazing leaders that are in the room with you right now, and I can't wait for you to get to know these people, to spend time with them, to text them, to hang out with them. You're going to have a great relationship with them. And I believe that God is going to use this thing and double the size of it real soon. And I more than that, I hope that God really uses this youth ministry to train you, to change you, to be able to change your school, to be able to change the friendships that you're in, to be able to be an awesome example to people, and to be able to tell people clearly about what God's done in your life. So those are some of the dreams that we kind of have for this youth group. I hope you have dreams of what might happen over the next few weeks and months. But in order for those dreams to happen, I just want to end with 3 things that I think you need to practice, to put in place, so that some of the dreams that you have happen. Okay, the first one is this. I want to encourage you to be consistent every Wednesday night. We're going to meet every Wednesday night from 7 to 8:30 in the home that you're in right now. I want to encourage you to be there every single week. If you have to come late, then you have to come late. If you have to leave early, then leave early. But just be there, because if you're not there, you don't develop those relationships like they're meant to be developed. Okay, so be there every single week. Be consistent. Is that important?
Yes.
Why?
It's important because that's how you get close with people and that's how you grow.
Okay. Second thing is get connected. It is possible for you to come week after week, month after month, year after year, and really not know anybody because you never opened up. You never really reached out to the leaders that you had. You never really met people around you because you just stayed in your bubble even though you were around people every single week. Get connected. Open up. Meet people. Be honest. And really lean into the leaders that God has given you. Any comment on that?
I just say get as connected as you can without being overwhelmed or stressed. So, if there's a service project like the parade, come on Saturday. It'll be fun. Or if you're, become Facebook friends, get to know your leaders really well. Be involved in the retreats. Do the fun things like the mall hunts. Just get as connected as you can, because I just think that'll help you in your walk with God and become good or close friends with people. Okay,
last thing. Come expecting God to work in your life. Expect good food, expect fun, but mostly expect that God is going to do something every single week in your life. Come with your Bible, come with a pen, come ready, because God is going to speak to you on these nights. He's going to change you. He's going to give you faith that you've never had before, and come just expecting that God is literally going to change your life every single week. That's what we got for you. In your groups, I want you to discuss a few things. 1, what are your hopes and dreams for the youth ministry? 2, what do you